Okay, first we need to try to figure out exactly what the space that we live in is. The first thing that we need to know is that we live in a void, and void is empty space. This is always equal to 1 no matter how big or small it is. This is the most stable form. Any substance equal to 1 is perfectly stable. This means that if you were to look at any size of void, it would always be 1. Why is it equal to a value of 1? That's because infinite divided by infinite is equal to 1, because it can be infinitely big and it can be infinitely small. So that means that any substance in our universe is happy when it is equal to 1. Alright? Now, what rules are in place to create a situation in which we can develop this idea? Because we need a way of getting to 1 over a certain course of time. And in order to do that, we need to think about exactly what our system could be as far as the mechanics of the universe are concerned. Now, the first thing to think about is an active system. In an active system, any value greater than 1 will cause change. Alright? So it is a system that actively destabilizes and restabilizes to create value. This is a system of contributions where the current value is the direct cause of change. So anytime that you have x greater than or less than 1, this will cause an event, and this event is the core of the active system. Alright? Now, the next thing to think about system to think about is a state-based system. A state-based system is a system that changes from one state to another. In this system, there's no contributor. That means greater values stay big even amongst lesser values. Each change is done explicitly. What that means is that in order for changes to happen, you have to have an instructor. The problem with this is, according to what we observe in daily life, this would create more heat and it would incinerate everything instantly. Alright? So, when we are thinking about a state-based system, we have to consider that this is impossible just because of the observations that we make when it comes to computing numbers on a computer. Because as everyone knows, whenever you have a very high-end system, it approaches the value of the sun, the heat value of the sun, just trying to compute stuff fast enough to make reality on just a computer screen. It's not even a holo projection or anything. It's just a reality on a computer screen. If that much heat is required for that, that means that this instructor would incinerate everything instantly, making this impossible. All right? Now, these two systems are more than likely the only two systems in existence. So, our system has to be an active system. Okay? Now, the first thing to think about is exactly what are the mechanics behind such an active system that matches our reality, the idea that I had that seems to match absolutely everything in our universe is a pressure-based system. It is a system that uses pressure to determine the next action. This is an active system, and what I believe our system to be. The reason for that is that this will have stronger and stronger reactions as the value increases, right? And this system, for the maximum expansion, is in spheres. All right? Now this is very important for later on. For now, though, whenever we think about our system, we have to understand that a pressure-based system is the most likely candidate for our universe. All right? Now, for kinetic energy or an active situation, it's going to be depressurization, right? And for a potential or possible energy, it's going to be pressure under a special rule. Okay? Now, for now, we're going to see this F with a circle around it. This is going to indicate the special rule. Alright? So whenever you see this F, for now, we're just going to assume that it is something that we don't quite understand. We'll get into later into what it actually is. For now, though, just in summary, and because I'm kind of stuttering a bit because I'm pushing myself, we know that void is 1. We know that it is an active system. We are going to assume that's a pressure-based system. Right? And that anything greater than 1 is going to cause an action, and any action is kinetic, and any potential is pressure under a special rule. Okay? So this is going to be the first introduction. The next lesson is going to be much harder. Just keep that in mind and think about this, because these are going to come up time and time again throughout the pretty much the first section and throughout the second section. Anyways, this is going to be the first lesson.